Good morning, guys. How you doing? I'm doing pretty well. Can't complain. I just had the sudden urge to draw Fox McCloud, and I don't know what came over me, but I want to do that today. And I want to share it with you guys. Hi, they call me Pi. I make art, I make games, I make all kinds of fun stuff. In fact, I'm making a card game. It's called Your Class Rep. Here's some of the cards. We have this guy, and we have this young lady, and we have this young man. We have a whole bunch of characters. This is just scratching the surface. So if this is something you'd be interested in seeing more of, tomorrow I actually plan on sharing probably another challenge. So these are the Fox McCloud art I'm going to do today is a challenge you'll find on my Discord. We do those every day. But I'm also going to share some art for the game. We're going to be working on that tomorrow too. So definitely come back and check that out if you're interested. In fact, it'd be great if you hit the subscribe and do all the YouTube stuff. But for now, let's get into Fox. So I kind of have an idea in mind of what I want to do. I want to draw Fox in some kind of cool pose. Maybe holding his gun, doing a run or something. Kind of like what I did here. So some of these are... So this is actually a piece I did about 8 years ago, if you can believe it. And I really like that pose. I may do something like that again. But I have an idea to do Fox here, maybe with a gun. Running or something. Maybe he's saying hi, hello. I don't know. And I want the R-wing behind him. So what we're going to do first is we're going to draw the R-wing behind him, and then we'll figure out the rest from there. So let's do that real quick. I'll grab a black color. So I'm going to do pretty basic, kind of like what I did in my original piece. It's not going to be like a ton of extreme detail. And I'm doing this R-wing from memory. I'm actually a big Star Fox fan. My name is actually James. It's not Hi, they call me Pi. So I think I just have a bond to James McCloud, which is Fox's dad. So I think something like that could work here. Let's give it a little more dimension. And clearly the R-wing is inspired by the X-wing. For those of you who don't know that, I mean, it's obvious if you think about it, with all range mode and all that stuff. I almost want to give it a nose, but I'll skip on that. Alright, so there's our ship. We're going to come back and do some final lines. I just want to lower this opacity so I don't get lost on the character. Alright, so now we need to think of a cool pose for him that still shows the R-wing. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Alright, so what are some cool poses? I mean, we could just replicate the pose you already did. Ideally, we want something kind of going in this direction. The line of action to go counter to the line the ship is going in. So... I like the idea of his head kind of facing this way, but his body going that way. I like it when he has a big collar, so we're gonna do that. I kind of like what I did with my old one a lot, actually. So something like that. Looks kind of like Wolf right now, huh? Yeah, just a lot of experimentation right now. It doesn't really make sense for his body to be open in this direction if he's not holding his gun there. And I kind of want to do something different than last time. So let's start over. I'm also giving myself a time limit. I think I'm 6 minutes in now. So I'm going to try and knock this out within 20 minutes, 30 at the max. And you guys probably know about how long this is taking because you can see how long the video goes. Don't go down there and look though. You should know because you were paying attention when you clicked the video. So maybe we can have him running towards the screen actually. Maybe he doesn't need his gun. Am I competent enough to do that though? That's the question. Oh, we can just have him do a jump this way. What do we do with this gun? Do we need his gun out? Do like a hero. Kind of like a hero pose. This brush feels so unwieldy. That looks a little too defensive in my mind. I'll just trash this and grab a new layer actually. All right, where are we going with this? Yeah. I don't know what my wife's talking about. Y'all can probably hear her better than I can. I don't know why this has gotten so hard all of a sudden. So we're trying to simplify his design down from, you know, his, what is that, brawl or something? His brawl design. This looks so stiff, man. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. I'm not as good as I used to be, I think. Actually, I wanted to do a video on that, and I still may. So there's this phenomenon I've noticed where people who are pretty talented or good at a thing or they'll just put themselves down, and I think that's not super healthy. Like I'm not terrible, and when I say things like that, I think I'm comparing myself to my imagined version. But I think it can put other people in a position who just don't have the same level of experience as me or same level of confidence. If they're thinking, well, if this guy's bad, then what am I? So I may do a whole video on that thought process here. I think having this smaller brush is helping a lot with me feeling more comfortable. It may be valuable to mention, like I haven't really been using a tablet or drawing in this style for a little bit now. Man, I don't have a lot of time. I want his ears to be a little bit bigger than this. Alright, so we got a lot to do, so we gotta kind of pick up the pace. And you know what else I really want to focus on as an artist, just in general? I feel like I used to have much better line control. Like I was just much more confident in my lines. And now I'm doing this sketchy thing again all of a sudden, where I'm just drawing like the same line over and over and over again. And like hoping the line I want is somewhere in in the middle of the lines. So I'm gonna put some intention into not doing that anymore. So if you guys see me doing it, just call me out in the comments. So we're gonna try and avoid that moving forward. I think we'll be better off for it. There's fewer strokes and just a lot of reasons to chill out with that. His G diffuser here. This pose is pretty generic, but we're pretty low on time right now, and I don't want to use up all my time on trying to think of a cool pose, which means I probably need to invest a little bit more time in kind of doing studies of different poses, you know? Like I need to do some just general anatomy studies and think a lot more about how to structure good poses. That tail feels crazy to me. Should give this G diffuser a little more depth. All right, how are we doing on time, guys? We got 5 minutes. All right, I'm gonna have to extend our time. Let's make this a little bit smaller. We're gonna duplicate this actually. I think I want to do like an arms cross thing with him here. I think that feels much more McCloud. Or maybe we can kind of steal from this thing that looks kind of like a movie poster here. We'll fix that hand later, but we do need to fix the elbow for now. Uh-oh, I'm doing it again, huh, guys? Ain't no way someone's hand would be like that. This feels a little bit better. Well, that folding feels a little unnecessary. And we'll turn this knee out a little bit more. I might be making him a little too tall, but we can deal with that in a second. I'm gonna do a quick redraw here. Like, usually I don't really like line art like that. Well, yeah, I kind of do. What am I talking about? I'm gonna give him more simplified boots. we can have this piece, and we'll do this, and then we'll just have a something like that. I just don't want to get too in the weeds with this. All right, I think something like that works. And then we got to give him his gun, which will go here. Well, let's put it a little bit lower. All right, so how's that look? What we may do is just a silhouette of the R-Wing behind him. Yeah, I think we may go with that. So for now, let's try and knock out this this fox here. I want a thinner line. Not that thin though. Should I zoom in more, you think? Maybe that'll help. Alright, we're up against the clock. I cheated for a lot of this stuff, y'all. I want to show a little bit of depth here. You know what? I'm gonna scrap this layer. We're gonna use a just a round brush, but not that one. We're gonna use this one. Yeah, we'll use this one. Which means we got a lot to make up for. But here I can use pressure sensitivity a little bit more. Alright, we're trying to speed run this, guys. And we did not do a good job of giving ourselves good information to work with on this one. Gotta watch out for tangents. Oh boy. No wonder we're struggling so much on this Alright, we're in focus mode, guys. Sorry, my hands are so shaky. I'm using this little teeny tiny tablet and it's literally, I'm drawing on my lap. Remember, we gotta watch out for our tangents here. I really want to have these two lines in here. I don't know why that's so important to me, but it is. And then we need to bring this down, shoulder out. Now these hands I didn't do a good job of actually planning for. So how are we doing on time? Oh my gosh, guys, we're over on time. We are over on time. I repeat, we are over on time. I don't really know what to do. Do I keep drawing? Do I call it here? Do I finish this tomorrow? This is a tangent right here. So we'll pull that down a little bit. We'll do that. I guess we'll just keep going. That's what it seems like, huh? I think so. Let's do some post-mortem while we're still drawing. What could we have done differently to protect our time a little bit better? Just make that a straight line. So there are a couple of things. One, we could have come into this a little better planned. We could have simplified it, simplified the design down. So that means less lines. Like all this stuff on his pants, is that really necessary? Probably not. I just like that. I like that design. The pose, we could have just reused the pose instead of trying to be unique. Come up with something like fancy on the fly on such a short time constraint without the like visual library to really pull it off. Because I know we spent a lot of time kind of in ideation phase. So there's that. What else could we have done differently? Simplify that there. A little bit of a little curve. Apparently this has a square top now, which is fine. And I don't even think this looks that good, man. Oh my gosh, man, what a waste. Alright, so yeah, we learned a lot through this. I'll throw his tail in here too. Wow, this looks trash, y'all. This ain't it. But yeah, you know, life is failure. I don't know, so much we could have done better here. But yeah, yeah, lesson learned. You know what else we could have done? Just a simple headshot, you know? You could have just done a simple headshot. That might have worked too. Wow, we're getting on close to an hour now. But this already feels much better to me. Could have kept it nice and simple. I think that's overkill. But yeah, something like that I think would have been much better. Alright, we'll add some color to this. I'm gonna use the old colors I had from the other fox I made. So it's just underneath this layer. Oh, let's do this first. It's a long one. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I'm doing this. And like I said before, if these are something you'd be interested in joining along, we do these every day on the Discord. I always have a new prompt every day. Maybe you can even suggest a prompt in the comments or on our Discord. Yeah, we'll just let it rock like that. Actually, we'll do this. something, you know. Gotta get something in here. Whew. All right, well, we're gonna call it there, guys. 53 minutes. All right, so we got this one, we got this. Ugh. All right, well, hey, that's the game, you know. We'll get better. We'll get better with time. I actually have to get better at these because I want to do some comics for your class rep. Not quite in this style, but close enough that I need to be a little bit faster. So, yeah. All right, well, as always, guys, truly appreciate you guys watching. So thankful I have a community to share stuff like this with, even if it's just 1 or 2 people. But yeah, like I said before, if you want to join us, you can do so on the Discord. Tomorrow, I do plan on working on more your class rep stuff. Specifically, I'm gonna do some box art, some box design. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely hit subscribe. Right? Is that what it's called on YouTube? Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell thing so you're notified when the next video comes out. As always, God bless. Be safe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys. See you later.